Before we study fetal circulation, let's review the pathway of blood through the heart. Deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body enters the right atrium via the vena cava, and from there blood flows to the right ventricle. The right ventricle then pumps the blood to the pulmonary trunk, which takes it to the lungs via the pulmonary arteries. In the lungs, the blood is oxygenated. Oxygenated blood then returns to the heart via the pulmonary veins, where it enters the left atrium. From the left atrium, the blood flows into the left ventricle, which pumps the blood to the aorta, which takes the blood to all parts of the body. The fetal circulation, on the other hand, is quite different because the lungs are not functional in the fetus. The fetus does not breathe while it is in the uterus. The function of the lungs is taken over by the placenta. The placenta provides the fetus with oxygenated blood, which enters the heart via the umbilical vein. The umbilical vein makes a detour around the liver. Normally, blood will flow through the liver, so majority of the blood makes a detour around the liver, and this modification of the umbilical vein is called ductus venosus. That is the first modification of the fetal circulation. This makes sense because the fetus does not feed while it is in the uterus, and so the liver is not functional. So the blood that takes a detour around the liver enters the heart and enters the right atrium. From the right atrium, the blood goes directly into the left atrium through an opening called the foramen ovale. The foramen means opening and ovale means oval. This opening closes around the time of birth. This movement of blood from the right directly to the left atrium makes sense because the blood does not have to go through the pulmonary trunk and into the lungs that are not functional. So the foramen ovale is the second major modification of the fetal circulation. The foramen ovale closes around the time of birth. The rest of the blood that is not flowing directly into the left atrium does go through the pulmonary trunk, and again there is another shunt along the way. The blood can also be shunted directly into the aorta to avoid sending it to the lungs. This shunt is called the ductus arteriosus, which is the third modification of the fetal circulation. The ductus arteriosus also closes around the time of birth. Finally, deoxygenated blood returns to the placenta via the umbilical artery. Notice how the placenta is very much like the lungs in that deoxygenated blood enters the placenta and oxygenated blood leaves the placenta.